What's going on, guys? Welcome back to some more 7 Days in the Grand Cross. I want to talk about the top 5 best units in the game. This is the official tier list on the website, the 7 Days in Database website, so shout out to them. I believe the Discord runs this website, so shout out to Discord. If not, then correct me, please. But I'm going to link the website down below so you guys can check out and enjoy. Now, this list is pretty accurate. I would say this is the top 5 best units in the game. I do love my red Demon Meliodas, but to be honest, he's not the best, so I can understand why he's not in the top 5. I think Red Merlin is pretty good, but she's number 7 in the game. Hauser is a surprise. Hauser is really good. He has really good AoE damage, but would I rank him above, like Green King and Green Elizabeth? I probably wouldn't. So I kind of question Hauser. I mean, he's really good. He has really good abilities, but I don't think I would rank him above some of the units. Like I wouldn't put him above like Demon Meliodas, bro. I wouldn't put him above Slater. I'm not gonna do that, but whatever. So coming at number 5 is Merlin. Merlin is really good. 1-star skill, obviously, inflicts 120% damage. She takes away 1 ultimate god. So I find this to be so clutch. Like, it is really clutch, especially in PvP. There's times where I would have an ultimate on the ready. Actually, no, I would have 2 ultimates on the ready. Someone either has Merlin or Helbram because they have the same ability, and they would hit me with just a 1-star skill of this ability, and I would lose my ultimate, and I'll lose the game. Literally. Like, people look at this and say, oh, it's just 1 ultimate, but no. Taking away 1 of the ultimate gauge is literally make or break. It can be make or break, so this is a really clutch ability. 2-star, 300%, and 3-star, 400%. Perfect cube. Perfect cube is insane. It's one of the most broken things in the game. When I first saw it, I was like, like, how does this work? It multiplies her attack stat, and it puts up a shield for that percentage. And you pretty much can take no damage. Like, you can take literally no damage for, like, up to 2 turns. I believe the shield lasts for 2 turns, yeah. No matter if it's 1-star, 2-star, or 3-star, it's going to be up for at least 2 turns. That's really cool. Ultimate, 540% seals attack skills. I find that sealing attack skills is one of the better ones because obviously attack skills is what does damage. It doesn't seal ultimate, so keep that in mind. But if an attack skill has an effect, then it doesn't get sealed. So I'll show you what I mean by that later on. But just for example, King's Petrify. King's 1-star Petrify attack. It doesn't have the Petrify status effect on the 1st star, meaning if you get hit by this, you're sealed. But if it goes to 2-star and it does have the Petrify effect at that point, then you can't seal it, although it does damage. So it's really cool. This here is interesting. I don't think it's bad. At the start of the battle, the ultimate gauge of all allies increased by 1. Now, I don't know if this is the start of... actually, no, I don't think it is. I think it just when you first enter. I think it just activates once. I was going to say, is it every single turn? Or is it just once? I think it's just one because it feels everything's turn. That would be a little broken in my opinion. But I don't think this is a bad ability. I don't think it's a good ability. I think it's just very standard. Overall, she's really good. Pretty high attack stat. Pretty decent crit chance as well. 20% base. If you want to build her crit rate up, I mean, I can kind of see it. Kinda. But you want to go with attack. You want to have this as high as possible because the higher the attack stat, the more the shield will tank. You want to build her attack and defense, obviously, over here. So I agree with that. Moving on to Helbram, who is number 4 best unit in the game. Helbram is also insane. Helbram is like a hybrid between King and Merlin that we just saw. Because he does take away the ultimate just like Merlin on the 1-star, obviously. 2-star is 300% and 3-star is 450. Ooh, so they kind of gave him a bit of a buff in terms of the percentage because Merlin has 400. Helbram has 450, so he does a bit more damage. A bit higher attack stat as well, so really cool there. Now, this guy does Petrify, so he's the 2nd Petrify unit in the game. King petrifies, and now he petrifies, so this guy with like King and Gother in PvP is dumb, because if you have Gother, you can literally rank both their Petrify skills up and almost have like infinite Petrifies. Infinite Petrifies, bro. Like, to have 2 units that can petrify and to have Gother that can rank up the petrify skill, like, it is really dumb. But he does petrify. It's really clutch. His ultimate isn't too impressive. 280%, really low multiplier, really low. He does cleanse all enemies' buffs and stats. So that can be clutch. If you do have certain buffs like attack buffs, or if you have like stance, like if Gil Thunder's taunting, or if Meliodas has a counter on, he'll cleanse all of that. So it's pretty clutch. I'll take it. He does have a combo, obviously, and the percentage does go up, but it's not that impressive. Now, this is really cool. Basic stats increased by 5% for each surviving ally. Now, I believe that also applies to himself. So he gets 5% from himself, plus 15% from the other 3 units on the team. So I believe he gets upwards of 20%. So although the other unit is in a sub spot, I believe he will still get that 5% from them as well, which gives him 20% increase to basic stats. So basic stats is everything. It is his attack, his defense, his HP, like all the stats, bro. Actually, no, basic stats. I believe it's actually just attack, defense, and HP. I'm not sure if it increases penetration or patient rate or crit rate, because that is considered attack stats. I'm not sure if it increases everything, because if it did, I think it would just say increase stats, but it specifies basic stats. So I think this is just the HP, attack, and defense, to be honest. But either way, it's really good. It's a really good passive for him. He doesn't support the team, he supports himself, but he does really good damage, and I'll take it. It's attack and defense build. I do agree with this. This is pretty good for him. Base crit rate is 10, so you don't want to put crit on him, obviously. Some units, although they don't have like crit abilities, like they don't have any crit passives, or they don't have any crit chance in their attacks, if they have like a base level 40 crit, like I think the blue Hendrickson has 40 crit, you can build crit on him because his crit chance is so freaking high. So you can build him with crit and crit damage, and it works out quite well, to be honest, because he has 40 crit, so he's gonna be critting a lot. But this guy's really good. I do agree with his placing. Number 3 is King. Now, this to me is a bit of a debate. King could be number 2. King could be better than Bond. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying he could be. We can talk about it. So King is really freaking good. Pretty decent stats. Not the worst, not the best. Pretty decent, I would say. 1 star. 30 configuration, 200% damage, 2 star, 250% and petrifies, 3 star, 250% and petrifies for 2 turns. So this does okay damage. He's not made to do damage. He's made to kind of support and heal a little bit. But this petrify is so annoying. Once again, like I said, if you have him, Brom, and Gother on a PvP team, that is like, bro, you're not going. You're not going to get a turn. You're going to be petrified literally the whole entire game. And I've had situations to where I fought a Gother, Brom, and King team. I just cannot go. I have Gother, I have King, and I just recently pulled Brom, so I do want to run that team eventually in the future. But I need to work on my Brom a little bit because he's still an SSR. But the combo is so freaking drunk. Like, it's one of the best combos in the game, honestly, for PvP. Second skill, 8 configuration. This is the 3 star, by the way. Heals 50% of missing HP and cleanse all debuffs. So this cleanses everything. This cleanse bleed. This cleanse ignite. This cleanse the infect to where you can't heal. It cleanses the healing effect to where you can't heal, which is really cool. So it's a really good ability. Where it says heals 50% of missing HP. So I believe it is 50% of missing HP. Interesting. I believe that is dependent on his missing HP. So depending on how low his HP is, will determine how much you heal, or is it individual? Yeah, I think it's 50% of the unit's HP that's being healed. I'm actually not sure, but you do want to build HP on him because it's 50% of his HP at the very least that he'll be healing himself for. I'm not sure when healing the other units on the team, is it 50% of his HP or 50% of their HP? I'm not sure, but either way, you do want to build HP defense. I went attack defense on my King because I do want him to hit harder. His ultimate does do a lot of damage, so I went attacking defense. You should build HP crit. I do agree with that. Don't do what I do because I just love damage. I just love damage, so do not follow what I do, guys. But his ultimate does pretty good damage. For 20% AoE, applies crushing. Crushing ignores patient rate, right? Yeah, ignores. I don't know what patient rate actually does, but this does factor into more damage. So he does do a bit more damage somehow. I don't really know how this really works, but it does factor into more damage. I know that at the very least. If you have, Diane, he gets an additional 60%. So 480% and still applies crushing. Increase base stats of Fairy Clan members by 8%, which is why him and Hellbrom are so good. So Hellbrom gets 20% additional stats from his own passive. King gives him an additional 8. So Hellbrom can have upwards of 28%, which is really freaking high. Him and Hellbrom is a really good combo. Really good combo. And they make the top 5 of best units in the game, so really appropriate. Coming in number 2, which, yeah, you can debate him and King. You can, but I do agree with him being number 2. This guy is drunk. So let's talk about the first skill here. So life snatch inflicts 180% damage to all enemies. So AOE. 2-star, still 150%, but 30% life steal. 3-star, 250% and 30% life steal. Really good. Now this by itself isn't insane. What you do is you stack it with the snatch, because he will steal either 20%, 30%, or 50% of the allies, the enemy's attacking defense for 2 turns. So what you typically want to do is get this off first to steal the additional attack and defense, and then you will use this to do stupid damage. Like, this man is so good for PvP, PvE, anything, because this ability, not only are you hitting harder, but they are hitting less, and you are hitting them harder because they have less defense as well. So Bond is so good. Bond is so good, and obviously the more damage you do, the more the life steal takes effect, because it restores a percentage of damage dealt as HP. So he can do upwards of 100k. He can do 100k on this ability alone, which is full HP. Like 30% of 100k is 30k. So it's not full HP, but it's a lot of HP. It really is. Ultimate inflicts 350% damage, steals 50% of that target's attack and defense. Now, I don't know if this is for the entire match, or he just reduces their attack and defense forever. I'm not sure. Like, I really don't know what this actually does in terms of like how long it lasts. Like, he steals it, but does it get applied to himself forever till the fight ends? Or does it just take that away from the enemy, making them attack 50% less damage, obviously? I'm not sure, but either way, it's pretty good. Combo with Jericho, increased by 50%, so, still have the life steal. So, really cool. Well, has the steal, sorry. Passive. If this unit wasn't attacked this turn, decreases the effectiveness of the enemy recovery skill by 10% at the start of the next turn. This stacks up to 5 times. So this can be clutch if you're fighting teams with King, fighting teams with like Elizabeth, anyone that can heal. This can be really clutch if you're not attacked, because reducing their, the amount they can heal upwards by 50%, because it stacks 5 times, 5 times 10, obviously. It can be really, really good if it stacks a couple times, but beyond PvP, this isn't too insane. And usually, like, he will get attacked. So this probably doesn't really have a chance to really stack up too high. But it's still really good. I do agree. Combo Jericho, obviously. So, yeah. Now, coming in number 1 is the best unit in the game, Gother. He is the only unit that has SS across the board. As you can see, he's good for everything. Like, anything you bring him to, he's awesome for. Blue Demon, Red Demon, PvP, PvE, doesn't matter. He's good for everything. He's awesome. Gother is insane. So this isn't too crazy. Inflicts on 20% to all allies. Not really good. You want to go up to 2-star. 2-star where it gets really drunk. So applies 120% still, but he now seals attack skills for 1 turn. In PvP, this is insane. This is so annoying. This is so freaking annoying. If your attack does not have an effect on it, then you just don't go. For example, let's look at Hellbrom. Hellbrom has Petrify, right? So if you hit the enemy team with this, right, the seal, it will not seal Hellbrom's Petrify skill, because his skill here has an effect. it only seals if it's just damage alone. So it'll seal this, which is the ultimate gauge ability, but it would not seal the petrify ability because it has an effect. Technically, this has an effect as well, reducing the ultimate gauge, but the game doesn't really look at this as an effect. It does look at it as a additional portion of the attack, I guess. But this is really good. A 3-star, it goes up to 180% and for 2 turns. So 2 turns, like you win in PvP. You win. You just win the game. Now, this is the most broken ability in the game. Arrow of Erosion. Looking at 1-star, ranks up 1 ally skill. Looking at 2-star, ranks up all ally skills. And looking at 3-star, ranks up all ally skill and increase base stats by 20% for 3 turns. That is broken. Ranking up skills mean you're going to take a 1-star card, rank it up to 2-star, or take a 2-star card and rank it up to 3-star. Like, to do this for the entire team and to do this for every single card you have in the field, it is the most broken thing in the game. This, in Merlin's Perfect Cube, the most broken thing in the entire game. I actually think this is number 1 and Merlin's Cube is number 2. Like, this is the best thing ever. No other unit has this, I believe. He's the only one that can rank up, which makes him the best. When another unit draws with this ability, he'll still be the best because, you know, he's awesome. But this is so useful. It's useful in PvP, PvE, against raids. It's useful in anything. You can be standing there just on the default setting of the... you can be standing there with the home screen. It's still useful. You know, it is a really good ability. Honestly, really good. Ultimate. Inflicts 350% to all enemies and reduces the ultimate gauge by 3. I find this to be really helpful. This in PvP will save you. I actually made a video about the best PvP unit being Gother, and I used the ultimate against a green Meliodas who had an ultimate on the ready. It took away his ultimate and I won the match. So this can clutch you a victory. It really can. He has a combo with King. Now, I don't like this because I run my King on literally every single team. PvP, PvE, doesn't matter. My King is being ran on every single team. So I never had the chance to combo Gother with King because I'm always running King. So I would love for them to bring an SR version of King that we can actually put on him to combo. Hopefully that's the thing. But you can never really get this off because you want to run King. King's really insane. King has to be on your team for pretty much everything. Oh, freaking pop-up. Unless it's like, okay, can you stop? Unless it's like Blue Demon. Wow. Okay, thank you. Thank you, pop-ups. No more pop-ups, please. Passive. If this unit was an attack this turn, all your allies damage increase to 10% at start next turn, up to 5 times, reset when damaged. So this can be really clutch. If you're not damaged, obviously you do more damage for the other units and also for yourself, which is really cool. If this didn't reset, he'll be broken. He'll be broken beyond everything. He's already broken, but he'll be even more broken. If it didn't reset, it would be stupid. But it does reset, so that's kind of a way to balance him a little bit. So I do respect it. Anyways, guys, so this is the official top 5 list of the best units in the game. So let me know down below if you do agree. If you do agree, then let me know. If you don't, then put your own top 5 list down below, guys. We can have a discussion about it down below. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you like, share, comment down below. If you're not subscribed, make it a thing. Sub to the boy, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.